Hello there, friends and RC family. My name is Alec from High Noon Hobbies, and if you are new to this channel, I very much appreciate you checking it out. I hope you will stick around, watch at least this video, see if this content seems worth your while, and consider subscribing so that then I can say to you, if you aren't new here, welcome back to yet another Friday upload. This time, we are covering our last 2022 throwback video, which I know is confusing because it's 2024, and I just showed you the 2023 intro, but I just haven't made a new 2024 intro yet, so we're still using the 2023 intro, and we're using 2022 content because I actually edited this video before, and I want to use it, and then I will, once I'm done using it, then I can move on to the 2024 content, which we have in the hopper right now. We've got some really great videos from both the first Southern and first Northern round. The first Southern was that first round that happened down in Sand Hollow near the water towers, a very popular location to do some awesome crawling, and then we've got our first Northern round happened up at Desert Mountain, which is kind of right in the middle of Utah, square in the middle of nowhere, but it's got some really great high traction rock. So both of those locations are going to provide some awesome content moving forward. We've got some great content there. We've got another Southern round coming up next week, which actually is the week that this is airing, or the day before, the day after this is airing. Time's hard. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Trevar, who is a good friend of mine from down in the south, and he is going to be dominating the, well, like I said, I could tell you it's course 1 or course 2, but one of the courses from the class 2 back in 2022 at Three Peaks near Cedar City, Utah, which if you guys are unfamiliar, it's a really cool recreation area. Full-size crawling, mountain biking, frisbee golfing, all sorts of cool stuff happening over there. But we're going to take a look at some scale crawling because that's what we do on this channel. Trevor's going to be running a Sherpa TGH Team Garage Hack. Yep, Team Garage Hack Sherpa flat rail chassis. Really awesome chassis. Capra axles. Got all the works. Got hardcore links in there. Got some Three Brothers electronics. Doing it well. So let's just jump straight into this run and see how he does. In typical High Noon Hobby fashion, we're running a little bit late to the party, but I have adjusted the time to make up for it. You can see this guy takes comping seriously, so seriously, in fact, that he has spare cones in the back of his truck. Taking a reverse right out of the gate, which is a little bit unfortunate, but making it through there very nicely. Definitely don't want to tap a gate. It's much more worth it to take that reverse and line yourself up more appropriately. Got the comp stance going on, got the judge on site, taking a look, making sure everything is going smoothly. That second gate is relatively easy, you just got to keep your wheel speed going. This third gate here, it gets a little bit tougher. You just want to make sure that you're lined up appropriately for the rear axle to make its way through, but those Capra axles making that look like a piece of cake. That second gate lining you up, or the third gate lining you up a little bit weirdly for this fourth gate side hill. But again, making it look like a piece of cake in this rig. Trevar is absolutely dominating this course so far, making it relatively unscathed through there, although a little sketchy through there for just a second when he went on his lid, but he bounced back up onto all four. That's not the most graceful that I've seen that done, but hey, landed on all four, made it out. What are you going to do? Going to take a reverse going through the hot tub here. This is a very tough gate. You can see the full flex of the truck being reached, and that is exactly what you don't want to have happen. You start pushing your way through, and wow, okay, so he is able to recover, which is just absolutely incredible. But you really want to try your best not to get sucked into the hot tub like this. You want to stay to that far driver's side on this line, but Trevor's making it work over here, and this rig is just absolutely dominating this angle. I mean, this is showing some true weight, weight display or weight placement, proper weight placement there, and general side hilling capabilities that it was able to manage that angle without flipping over on its lid. So pretty impressive build here by Trevar, and the driving isn't so bad either. He's doing very well so far. He's more than halfway through the course now and only sitting at a +2, and he hasn't bypassed any of the bonuses yet, so let's see what happens. Going through, that one is a brutal gate, right? That is just a nasty descent without any real good way to make it through without the potential for what just happening. So, it is what it is. He had to take an upright there. Unfortunately, landed on his lid that time and couldn't get it flipped back over. But again, being a competent driver here, Trevar knows that it's better to take that upright than it is to take too much time trying to upright with just wheel speed. So I think that was the right call, making his way through this burst bonus here, which is a nasty bonus. Ends up on his lid, but he's able to straighten it out again with just using the tires themselves, using a little bit of wheel speed there, which again, throttle-controlled wheel speed steering, those types of things are going to help you upright your truck without having to actually use a rollover and upright and take those points. So again, a great driver such as Trevar is going to understand the mechanisms of each truck individually, know how to use that wheel speed and that steering to his advantage and get himself back over as much as he possibly can. This is a tight space coming through here, especially for that creep body. So he's going to play it safe, and he's going to use a winch here instead of chancing it and pulling his way through. You can see how close he is coming to that arrow cone there. I think that was definitely the right call. You can see an efficient winch pull out and getting it tucked back under there on that Sherpa body, or on that Sherpa chassis, looking good. I think that was a very efficient winch utilization. I think it was definitely worth doing rather than the potential for flipping over onto that arrow cone. Nice way to settle that front end down and get his way through there. And again, back in 2022, those winches weren't worth nearly as many points. So after the bonus, that only puts us at a +2, which I think is a very solid trade-off. He's going to work his way up this very, very steep incline, or try to for a moment, before he decides that winching is the way to do it. And you can see he literally just needed like an ounce of pressure at the very beginning there, and that's all he needed. And sometimes that's the way it goes, right? Sometimes you're working your way through, and that's all it takes is just like a pinky or like an eyelash on your hood to make your way through. Going for this second bonus up at the top, taking a reverse to line himself up nicely for it. He doesn't want to take the time there or the chance at coming in at an angle, which I think is a super good idea. Working his way down this nasty descent, and a perfect exit there. But he's got to make his way around and make a little U-turn here. You can see me getting out of the way there because he's got to make his way back down this alley, and this is a really, really nasty spot of the course right here, this next section. This is not a particularly difficult gate per se in terms of making your way through these cones, but it's the aftermath, and I wish I would have gotten a good kind of overview of what it looks like just past where he is right now. But you can kind of see it just gets really nasty and crunchy in there, and there's no real good way to go about it. Taking one reverse, though, and making his way through there with relative ease is quite impressive. I don't know that there's much of a good strategy in any regard for how to make your way through there. I will say, though, these couple reverses right here, I would just take that full reverse. Just take the full reverse, get yourself set up appropriately for this gate. You can see he's far too far over to that passenger side, and get yourself set up correctly the first time around. Taking multiple reverses like that, there's really no need. But, he's under the gun here. Now, I believe that this course was bumped up to a 7-minute time. I'm not 100% certain, but from what I remember, Trevar has absolutely blasted through this course, and he's still over a 6-minute time here. If I'm not mistaken, this was actually bumped up to a 7-minute course, because he definitely he blasted through that, and I believe that we adjusted the time limit for this course specifically just because it was so tight on time and because of how difficult the course was. But getting through that course with just a +1 at the end, and a fantastic run on Trevor's job, absolutely spectacular. Thanks, Trevar, for letting us film this run and share it here on the YouTubes. I very much appreciate it. We all could learn from it. I know that I definitely learned watching through here, especially his technique of uprighting with the steering. He's got that locked down, and that's something that I need to do some practicing on. I know that the cliffhanger body that I use is probably not ideal, so I might look at switching to another body, seeing that little extra bit of height and roundness that Trevor's creep body had there actually came and played in his favor. I think that that's something to consider and something that I might consider on my rig, but I do love the cliffhanger hanger. I do love the rig that I've got going on right now, so I'm just going to do some practicing and see if I can get a little bit better at doing uprights with the steering and the wheel speed mechanism there. So I very much appreciate y'all watching. You made it to the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the High Noon Hobby YouTube channel for more videos like this every other week, and then we've got live streams in between. So you got a video of some sort coming out every single week. Very much appreciate y'all joining us here. Hope you enjoy some RC crawling, or maybe some scale trailing, or some comping, or whatever you like to do. In the meantime, until I see you next time, cheers.